Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Canning Nana. Today I'm getting ready for fair entries. Really exciting time of year, especially this year because I have not been able to enter our local fair in probably 4, maybe 5 years. 2 years due to everything that was going on and everything was closed, you know, so and I think about 2 years before that. So this is really exciting, and I'm going for a sweepstakes, so I'm entering a bunch of stuff, and I'll show you guys that in another video. But today we are going to be making strawberry jam, something that I have needed to do for a while, and I'm going to be using Pomona's Pectin instead of regular Pectin. So if you've never used this, it's done a little bit differently, and it always sets for me. This Pectin is amazing. You use way less sugar. So with regular Pectin, you would use probably 6 to 7 cups of sugar. And with this, you only use 2 cups. So the difference, you taste the strawberry flavor and not just the sugar. Yes, it's really sweet, but you get that amazing strawberry flavor. So I'm going to take you along to do this. It's super easy. We are going to be using calcium and calcium water, as well as Pectin that comes in the Pomona Pectin box. So we have here our Pectin that we're going to be using, and this is good. So I'm going to show you guys, this is the box for Pomona Pectin, and it's good for 2 to 4 recipes, and I'm going to be using it for a couple recipes, but the strawberry jam first. So we have measured out a 1/2 teaspoon of the calcium powder and a 1/2 cup of water, and I'm going to be pouring that in there. Get it all out, and then I'm putting the lid on, and we're going to shake it up really well. Oops, I got on there. And you want to make sure that all of the calcium absorbs in the water. Okay, we're going to let that sit. So we are going to wash the strawberries. Take the stem out and core them, and I will be back to show you how I pulverate the strawberries and still have nice pieces for our jam. Okay, just want to show you this nifty little tool that I have. I had this thing for years. It's a strawberry huller. You just put it on there, turn, and completely gone. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Perfect. This is what it looks like. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to use my Blend Tech, and I've got whole strawberries in here. We're just going to pulse it. Watch how fast this works. Usually I use a food processor, but today we are in a hurry, so we're going to do it this way. Show you what this looks like. Whoops, this way. Okay, and there are some good sized chunks in there. So I want to measure out 4 cups per batch that I'm doing, and I'm going to be doing 2 batches. I have enough strawberries for that, so we're going to do some more, and I will bring you back and show you what we do next. And here's the strawberries, big chunks. Oops, there you go. Okay, here are our strawberries, and we're going to go over to the stove and put these in. I've already got 4 cups in the stove. Okay, you guys, here we go. So that's 8 cups of strawberries in there.
Good boy.
Okay.
Good boy.
And now we're going to add our sugar. Okay, you guys, so I have 4 cups of sugar measured out, so I am going to add the sugar in here. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit different than adding regular Pectin. So instead of putting your box of Pectin in here, you're going to be putting the calcium water and some natural Pectin. Okay, so for each batch that you do, you want to put 2 teaspoons of Pectin and 2 teaspoons of calcium water. Okay, so because I'm doubling the recipe, we have our calcium water right here in a jar. So we are going to be adding 4 teaspoons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me put the lid on this. Okay, and then we're going to add 2 teaspoons per batch of the pectin, which is natural pectin. It looks like this. So I'm going to be adding 4 teaspoons. Tell you guys, this pectin, using this pectin, you really brings the flavor out in whatever fruit you are making jam or jelly in. It's amazing. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've mixed this in. I want to correct something that I did because I did something wrong, and I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. And I have done this before with Pomona pectin, and it will set, it'll be fine. So after you measure the fruit and you put it into your pan, you want to put your calcium water in the pan and stir well. Then you measure your sugar, put it in there, and then your pectin powder, and then you're going to mix it all together. So that, I don't want you guys to do it wrong. I have done it exactly the way I just did it now. I'm in a hurry, and I make mistakes, and take your time, you guys. Take it from me, you know. So we are going to, now that it's all mixed up together, I just mixed it up really well, and it will set. I don't have any doubt it'll set. The first time I used Pomona, it did the same thing. Okay, so we are going to be turning the gas on and dissolving the pectin and getting everything hot. And I'm also going to be putting a tab of butter in there to reduce the foaming. So I just mixed it and I have some foaming. So if you have foaming when you're cooking, which is when it normally happens, you want to put about a tablespoon of butter in. It's not going to affect the setting or the flavor or anything of your jam or jelly, but it does reduce the foaming a lot, so you don't have to skim the top off. So that skim is perfectly good. It's just foam, it tastes like jam, it's amazing, but when you're entering it in a fair or something like that, you want some nice clear jam or nice clear jelly. So you always want to skim it off the top. Once you put the heat on, make sure that you're continuously stirring until everything dissolves. Your sugar, your pectin, and you want to bring it to a full boil, and then we're going to remove it from the heat and start canning. So I'm going to have my husband get my canner or one of my canners out and fill it full of water for me, since I can't do that. And I'm going to heat this, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, just want to show you guys, it's nice and chunky. I got my butter in there and bringing it up to a boil, and then I'm just going to simmer it for 1 to 2 minutes, and then that's it. You do not want to overcook this. And then I'm going to skim it off and fill my jars. Okay, I just want to show you guys where we're at. I have been stirring this. We are almost at a boil. I just want to tell you, it smells so good. You can see the chunks of strawberry in here. Oh my gosh, it smells so amazing. It smells like strawberries, and I can't wait to taste it because I know it's going to taste like strawberries and not sugar. Okay, I'm going to finish bringing this to a boil, and then we'll bring you back when I fill the jars. So while we are doing this, we have the canner is heating up. I have vinegar in the water. I've got my paper towel with vinegar so that I can wipe the rims of the jar. I have my jars all washed, my rings washed, the lids washed and waiting. And the jars are hot, but I'm going to run them under hot water right before I fill each individual jar. Just to make sure that they're hot enough, because I'm putting hot food in hot jars with a hot canner. Those are the rules, guys. Okay, just a reminder, we are water bathing this. We are going to be water bathing this for 10 minutes. If you are above sea level, I'm at sea level, so 10 minutes for me. if you're at sea level, the rule is to add 1 minute for every 1,000 feet you are above sea level. So make sure you do that, because after all this work and money, you don't want to ruin your food, not have it set, or not be canned for the right amount of time with the heat, the right amount of heat. Okay, you guys, so it is coming to a boil. So a full boil or a rolling boil is one that when you stir it down, it doesn't stop boiling. So we are right at that point. So I'm just going to time it for 1 minute, and then we're going to remove it. And you want to stir the whole time. And see how little foam I'm getting? That's because I put the butter in there. So I only put about a tablespoon of butter, and this is a double batch. Remember, we're doing a double batch, you guys. So you follow the recipe and your recipe the way you do it, that this is a double batch that I'm doing. And again, when you're doing pomonas, you want to make sure that you don't overcook it. But you need it to get to that heat, you know, the temperature that you need for it to start thickening up. And I can absolutely tell that this is going to be an amazing jam, and it's going to set with 0 problems. And I'll show you guys really quickly. It's pretty thick already, so this is going to be amazing. I'm really, really happy with this. Okay, we're going to remove it from heat and skim the foam. Okay, so here is the jam before I'm skimming it. Look at how thick and amazing that is, you guys. So I have not skimmed it or anything, and look at how clear that is. It looks amazing. It smells amazing. Okay, I'm going to show you how I skim it in just a second. And I'm not throwing that away. I'm just going to put it in a little teeny bowl, and I'll use that for jam in the morning. Don't throw it away. Okay, so we're just going to lightly skim. There's hardly any foam in this, you guys, now that it's cooled off. I think I'm actually, you know what, I think I'm actually okay. Yeah, there's nothing to skim, so I'm just going to leave it. So that rarely happens. But there is some, there's some jelly on my, or jam on my spoon. Let me just taste this real quick. Oh my gosh. Pure strawberry flavor. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, I'm gonna move this around a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing as I fill the jars. Okay guys, so here's where we fill the jar. So I'm just gonna take this, oh my goodness, delicious strawberry jam and fill my jar. The jars are hot, and you're gonna fill it to within a 1/4 inch of headspace. So for jams, it's a little bit more. Instead of that 1 inch headspace, you want about a 1/4 inch. So you're gonna go through and you're gonna fill all of your jars like this, and then I'll show you what we do. Okay, so we have all of our jars filled. Some are a little bit less than a 1/4. I had to get one more jar out of here. I am gonna wind up stacking these in my canner. And I have a divider. Don't try to do this if you don't have a divider. You can double stack in your water bath canner as long as all of the jars are covered by at least 2 inches. But you have to have a divider. Do not put them on jar on jar, okay? And there has to be the rack. You still use the rack, and then I'll show you guys how to do it. But yeah, the only time you do that is if you have a divider. Never put jar on jar. Okay, we are going to set our lids on here. The lids are all washed and ready to go. And yes, we are still testing the ForJars lids. You know, so guys, so there have been 0 failures, you guys. And I have made probably about 50 or more jars. Let me wash one of these. Be right back. I've canned at least 50 jars already. No failures. Regular mouth and wide mouth. Okay, so we have them all on here. I'm gonna put the rings on. I just want to show you guys this box. Let's see if I can get this up a little bit. So this is the box that the 100 lids comes in. You can also get the wide mouth jars. Highly recommend these jars, you guys. So I have 100 regular mouth and 100 wide mouth. I don't have that many left because I've been using both sizes. The lids are much thicker than ball. The underside, the silicone, is much bigger, much wider, more grasping area. They have a date to, so you can date your jars and room for writing whatever it is. And if you follow the link or just go to ForJars, in the discount code area when you're just about to pay, put Nana10. That's my discount code to get 10% off. And at the end when you check out, they will offer you some tea towels, 2 for $9.95. It's a special. Let me tell you, the tea towels are amazing. I will show you one. Okay, so here is one of the tea towels. So this is one of their gray ones. And yes, it has their logo on it, but whoops. So don't do this before you put your rings on. Look at how thick that is. So thick, so sturdy. These are gonna wash perfectly. They are great for a canning towel, you guys. Okay, let's put our lids on, or rings on, sorry. And then I will be right back. Okay, here are all our jars, and I'm gonna get them into the canner right now, and I'll bring you over there to show you how I stack them. Okay, you guys, so they all fit in here. I don't even know how many I have. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 11 jars in there. So if I had to stack it, I would use one of these and just put it right on top of the jars, and then lower it in the water and make sure that the water covers it by at least 2 inches. And you're fine with half pint jars. It works perfectly fine in a standard water bath canner. Okay, so I am going to lower these down, make sure that the water's boiling, and I'm gonna time it for 10 minutes. Okay, you guys, so I just started the timer for the pot, our water bath canner. 10 minutes at a rolling boil, and then we're gonna just let them cool for a couple seconds. I'm gonna remove the lid a little bit, let them acclimate to the temperature, and then I will remove them and show them to you. Okay, so our timer just went off, and I am just going to lift the lid away from me, like that, just to let it steam a little bit, come down from the heat, and let the jars acclimate a little bit before I lift them up. Okay, you guys, so after letting it acclimate with the lid like a little popped off for a few minutes, we've raised the rack, and we're gonna let this sit for another 5 minutes before I remove them, and you'll hear some popping with these lids. Again, the ForJars lids, they sound really good when they pop. The jars sing, you guys, so you will know when your jars have sealed. There is no question about it. And I have not had a lid failure yet, so highly recommend these lids. Okay, there you have it, you guys. All of our jars of strawberry, and they look amazing. So I will be opening a jar of these, a jar of the jelly I'm about to make, and some lemon curd, and show you guys how all of it tastes in another video. This one's 19 minutes long already, so I'm going to end this here. Don't forget, if you want to try Pomona's Pectin for your next jams or jellies, really, really good. Highly recommend it. And the ForJars canning lids, you guys, these are all down, all sealed, all down. Oh, wait, nope, that one isn't. We got one. We got one. All the rest are. So, yeah, highly recommend the ForJars. I'm still testing, but I'm very, very happy with what I'm finding. So, the word of the day, strawberry jam. Let me know if you guys like it, if you've ever tried Pomona Pectin, and how you like that. I really love the flavor of the fruit as opposed to just sugary fruit. This totally tastes like strawberry, and I'll show you guys that in the next video. It's really, really good. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, And I hope this inspires you guys to get out there and can some strawberries. Even if you don't grow them yourself, get out there, get to a farmer's market, to a reputable store with good produce, and can yourself some jam or jelly this summer. See you soon.